I'm your host, Sarah Baus, and welcome to Attainable Podcast.
Yep. Are you?
I was just, knocked over my drink. Okay. Hi, guys, and welcome. Why am I looking at that? Look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hi, guys, and welcome to the podcast. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're having a fabulous week, fabulous day, wherever you are. Today, I have probably my most requested guest, Joseph. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's been a while since I've been on.
It has been a while.
I feel like I'm like a pinch hitter
What do you
in
mean?
baseball. Like,
Okay.
I don't really understand baseball, so I'm gonna give this in
I
terms.
was gonna say, like, I don't know anything about baseball, so please give me
Yeah,
the
so I think a
explanation.
pinch hitter is like someone you bring in when like you really need someone to get on base or to get a run. And I'm always a home run guest.
You are.
So,
yes.
I feel like I'm the Attainable Podcast. That's not the name of it.
It is, but I've been trying to avoid saying the name. That's why I said welcome to the podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to start over?
No, it's cool. We're gonna be changing the name later, and they know that, so I'll kind of.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave this in because I was wondering if I was going to talk about. I've been trying to say the podcast in preparation for changing the podcast because the branding is so close to being done.
Yeah.
But we'll keep this all in because we're a family. They ought to know. They should know.
Yeah, I just never know what the status of things are. But anyways, I'm the pinch hitter.
Yeah.
For the podcast.
Yeah, you're always a
capital
success.
D.
Capital V, the podcast. Yeah.
Also, she's changing the name, and I don't believe the name's been released yet.
No, it hasn't.
But I wanted the name to be the Hootin' and Hollerin' podcast.
Yeah.
And it was going to be divided into two segments: the Hootin' and the Hollerin'.
Yeah, and the Hootin' was going to be.
Couldn't tell you.
The hooting was going to be when we had, and I still might make this a segment. Well, we're like dropping some heavy news. You came on and chose violence. You said I'm going to spill everything.
I didn't know the hooting and hollering was.
No, it's good. I think that it would be a good segment. So hooting and hollering segment. You submit your hoots and your hollers.
Yeah, hoots are like the good things, and the hollers are like the bad.
Yeah, it's like complaining or successes, like exciting news. I think that's amazing, but I did think that I highly considered Hootin' and Hollerin' for the name change. It did not make it to the ending decisions.
Yes.
Oh, don't look at.
No,
I almost showed you.
I just saw the title.
You just saw the title. Okay, yeah. Don't.
I got more nervous.
Gotcha. No. Don't get too nervous. So today's episode is going to be really fun. But before we get into that, I want to just do a little life update. How has life been going for you? We have been married for some amount of months that I don't want to count right now. In 9?
That sounds right.
9 months, 8 months, something like that.
I think 9 because we're 3 months away from September.
Are we really? July? Oh my God. Yeah, we are.
So a little under 9 months.
How's married life been?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
Yeah.
Anything new, challenging?
With married life or just in general?
Just in general.
No, not really.
Anything exciting going on? You've been doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I've been traveling a lot.
For work, yeah,
for work. No fun places. You're going to California. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Nervous.
Yeah, really. Not a whole lot. Been building a lot of Legos. You know, my fans are always interested in my Legos.
Yeah, we should give them an update on.
Well, I've only built one new one since the last update, so I feel like I need to put at least 2 together.
What's your newest?
The newest one
that you've put together.
The Superstar Destroyer.
Yeah, and what's your next project?
Either BD1 or the McLaren.
Yeah, very cool. That McLaren's been really waiting for you.
Yeah.
In the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I want to build it all in like not one sitting, but I don't want it to be like the Harry Potter or like Hogwarts
months
where I had it just sitting in the living room like in progress for months.
Yeah.
So I just need like a week where I know I'm gonna be home and like not super busy, so I can watch Drive to Survive and build my F1 car. Yeah.
No, I love that. I think that's really, really good. You also spoiled me quite well I was thinking of Legos for your birthday. You spoiled me quite well for my birthday. You did really good.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke that I ran out of boxes to put your gifts in, so I reused one of my Lego boxes.
No, I kind of forgot about that. But yes, yeah, I like opened one of my gifts and it looked like I was getting Legos.
Yeah, I didn't have enough boxes, and I went to Marshall's and they didn't have boxes, and I was like, well, I have Lego boxes.
Yeah, I feel like Marshalls really does need to step it up with their, like, it's kind of a hit or miss. Like,
Yeah,
when they
I
have
feel like
gift
they
stuff, it's
have,
like,
like, everything that you
yeah.
could ever need for Christmas, and then, like, any other time of year, it's like, good luck.
Yeah, it's like, you are so SOL.
Yeah.
What have we been doing? This has been the summer of concerts.
Yeah, we did go to a Loveless concert.
That was so
Big
great.
Loveless. I'm actually wearing
Oh,
a
yeah.
Taylor Acorn shirt.
Yeah.
She's my newfound, like, music, like, fandom, I guess,
Yes,
for
no,
lack of
we
better terms.
become big fans of Taylor Acorn. If you're a fan of her music, I just have to tell you, live and acoustic,
Yeah, so her
she's
drummer,
unreal.
her drummer got sick, like, the night we went and saw Loveless, and she was the opening act for Loveless. And so they did everything acoustic.
Make sure to lean really good into the mic. Like, if you're talking that way, they might not be
Well,
able to hear
I
you.
don't, I can't decide whether to look at them or to look at
No,
you.
no, I know the mic situation.
They're
like,
both so pretty.
The mic situation. I just want to make sure that they can hear you
Yeah, so
until I
here,
get
I'll take
my
little
mixer.
scoot.
Scoot.
Yeah, so her drummer got sick, and so she played like the first like 5 songs acoustic, and then Loveless's drummer came out and did like the last 2 songs,
Yeah,
like in their normal style, and it was really good. And so good, in fact, that drunk Joseph decided to buy every single piece of merch that she offered.
yeah. Get a load of this. So I did not. Neither of us knew who she was. We didn't know like who the opening act was, or so I thought. It ended up when she started singing,
Yeah, we knew a couple of
I actually
songs.
knew a couple of her songs. I just didn't know that was her. But before the show, we went to the merch table. I wanted to make sure that we got merch before they sold out. And like, of course, the 2 merch tables are next to each other. Loveless, who's the main act, and then Taylor, who's the opening act. And her table was empty. The girl was just sitting there, and for some reason they can't like mix the booths. Like, it can't be like one booth and then you just point out like which person's stuff you want. It had to be 2 booths, and the Taylor Acorn person could not check you out if you were buying Loveless stuff, is like a thing. So it made her table look like super empty. It was quite sad. So it was just, but you're the opening act. It's like whatever. And she's got quite a following.
Yeah, she has like 1.3 million monthly listeners on
yeah,
Spotify.
yeah, she's got like a good amount of fans. Well, then she came out and she came out with just like one of her bandmates that's played acoustic guitar, and she did her rock songs as acoustic songs, and they were so good. And her voice, like, it's kind of unmatched.
Yeah.
Like, I really never heard a voice like that. Anyway, well, Joseph also, he was having a wonderful time at the concert. What did you have?
Beatboxes, yeah.
And you had 2?
Yeah.
You had 2 beatboxes, and those things will thank you. Yeah. And so at the end of the show, everybody flocked her table, which was so great.
Yeah,
I was so happy.
It was super busy.
Yeah.
I also started like a powwow, like.
Yeah. So I was hanging out. We had met these two people who are super nice, Tito and Alyssa. Shout out. And so I was hanging out with them after the concert and waiting for him. And I look over, and he has like a crowd around him, like the merch booth had created less of a line and more of a like just a crowd of people like waiting, because Taylor was behind the table like doing autographs and stuff. And Joseph just had an audience, and he was just chatting to everyone.
Yeah,
like, it was very clear, like you had made like your own little fan club. And then he went back, or he went up to the table, and he bought every piece of merch she had.
Yeah, and also took a selfie with her.
And he took a selfie with her.
And like she was like, "What are you like? You were like trying to get my attention. I just sent you the selfie."
Yeah.
Of like me and her.
Yeah, because I didn't realize.
No context.
Yeah, because I was like, what are you doing? I couldn't really see him, and I could not see that he had been speaking to Taylor and was taking a selfie with her. So he just sent me the selfie, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
That was such a good night. I think we're going to be going to more concerts soon. You might be going to Suicide Boys, right?
Yeah, it's still up in the air. We got to figure out, because it's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, and we were trying to figure out where we're going or whatever.
But yeah, I would love to go to Suicide Boys.
I would think I would really love to go to Suicide Boys, but I have to establish if I would love to go to Suicide Boys or if I only know 2 songs and I just really like those 2 songs.
But I think that's still a good reason to go to Suicide Boys.
Just do some more research.
Yeah, you're also really weird about concerts.
What do you mean?
Like, you like do homework for them, and I'm like, I just go to vibe.
No, I do homework for concerts, because to me, like, I feel like if I get really weird at concerts if I don't know the song.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but you can still sort of just vibe.
I know. I just
Like the funniest story was when we went to Logic,
Oh,
like
yeah.
freshman year,
and I didn't know.
and this was like right before Logic got like really big. Like we saw him at Music Farm in Columbia, South Carolina. Tickets were like $25 a piece, and there was like, what would you say, maybe 300 people there,
If that.
if that. And it was like 2015, 2016. Yeah, it must have been 16.
It was 16, yeah, because it was
Yeah.
it was their spring semester of
Um,
freshman year.
And so like Sarah didn't know Logic very well. And she was like, I need to do research for this. Like, I need to listen to all of his songs. And he was touring with his new album, and I can't remember which album it was.
And meanwhile, like, I also didn't actually know who he was. Joseph, I had a crush on Joseph. He invited me to this concert. So I was like, absolutely. I'd love to go. Meanwhile, I didn't listen to rap, didn't know who this person was. But I said, like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to every single song on his album and I will memorize every song. And I did.
Yeah. And so the problem is he had just released a new album, and Sarah had listened to his previous album. And so like we were talking about our favorite songs from the album in line, and she was like, oh yeah, I really hope he plays, whatever.
For like Driving Miss Daisy or something.
Yeah, I don't know. And we all looked at it and we were like, that's the last album. Like that's not what he's playing tonight. And like you could see the color drain from his
from her face. Her face from my face.
Yeah.
The whole concert I didn't know a single song because I had studied the wrong album. And to double that, would you like to give this to someone else or double it? A couple years later, again, like I went to this concert to some, in my head, like Joe Schmo rapper that you really liked. And I went because I liked you. My attention was not on who was on stage. Probably like with 3 years later, we were well into dating. And Joseph had said something about, and at this point, like he listens to Logic, whatever, we often listen to Logic in the car. And he was like, hey, like, do you remember when we went to his concert? And I was like, I've never seen him in concert. And he was like, what are you talking about? Yes, we did at Music Farm. I was like, I've never seen Logic in concert. What are you talking about? And he was like, Sarah, we went, it was the first concert. It was like right before we started dating. And I had like a flashback and I was like, wait.
Yeah, it is super
That was Logic? And I had no clue. Like it just completely erased from my mind. But 3 years after that concert, he was really big. He had a huge fan base. Like I now knew his songs, knew who he was.
Yeah.
And so that whole experience was completely lost on me.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad for. But I think I've been really loving this whole like concert summer, getting tickets to things. Matt Rife, did you see his tour is sold out?
No way.
Yes.
That sucks.
We should have gotten it. Like
we tried. I mean, Sarah and I tried.
Oh, I'm glad that you tried. I didn't put any effort there.
Wait, Sarah actually got tickets in her cart, but they were like $270 each.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy expensive.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, no, it's great.
So happy for him. I think he's extremely
Matt, if
talented.
you listen to this, we'd love some free tickets.
Matt, please.
I watch all your TikToks.
Yeah, big fans. Love him. I think he's the coolest. And I'm just so proud of his success.
Yeah,
I feel like anyway.
Great guy. So glad we're friends.
yes, so glad we're so close.
Yeah,
so proud of Maddie.
Yeah, little Maddie.
Little Maddie. Oh, that.
Matt, please.
No, but for real,
we love you.
Actually. Okay, are you ready to get into
the actual
today's topic? Yeah, no, I like to add an update. I think that my favorite part of podcast is the shit talking before everything else.
Shit talking.
I guess it's not talking. Shooting the shit.
Yeah, shooting the shit.
We're not talking shit.
Yeah, one of my favorite other podcasts calls it like pleasantries.
Oh, pleasantries.
Yeah,
yes, that's
like the pleasantries before you get into like the actual podcast.
Yeah, no, the pleasantries are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So today's going to be a very, very fun episode because we are going to be quizzing Joseph on his knowledge of female anatomy, just the general female experience, some things, pretty much everything that's has to do with some piece of like female anatomy and that stuff. How confident would you say 1 to 10 are you?
I'll go with a solid 5.
Solid 5. You're going straight down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think that you know more than the average person.
Okay, don't set me up for failure.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Or I think this is a good one to start off with. Like I have a pretty good amount of questions.
Oh, good.
Yeah. How many fallopian tubes does the average woman have?
2.
Wow, that was very quick.
Yeah.
That was really, really good.
Yeah, I remember the diagrams because they always looked really funny.
Wait, you remember the diagrams? That might really work in your favor then.
9th grade,
Yeah.
in high school, our like gym teacher had to teach all of us like sexual education,
Right.
you know, and that's always a mess.
Yeah.
And he did this thing where you could like write on pieces of paper and put it in a box, and he would like anonymously like answer the questions
That's a good way to do that.
that people had. Yeah, you would think. But 9th grade boys were like just shit posting into the anonymous box.
All right.
And so
was it boys and girls in the same class?
No.
Yeah, that's good.
No. But anyways, the question was, I can't remember exactly, but it was like, I've heard that women can fake an orgasm. Like, is that true?
Yeah.
And the teacher was like, yeah, like it's more common than you think, blah, 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 blah. And like he got to the end of his spiel. And I said what I thought was under my breath, but if you know me, there's no such thing as under my breath.
You're a really bad whisperer.
Yeah, and
that's a beige flag.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I bet you would know. And he heard me, and the entire class heard me. And I think the only thing that saved me was that it was so funny that like he didn't know like quite what to do. That like not quiet, but like little Joseph just like completely rocked his world on accident.
Oh my god!
Like I don't even know, like 13-year-old Joseph just chose violence just for no reason.
And he knew you were the one. Like he could tell it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also like in the front row, so I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but
that's so you to say something and you think that people can't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm adding that. We were thinking about doing an episode on beige flags, and I might do that in a different form, but I was listing his beige flags, and I'm now listing that as another beige flag.
I can't whisper.
You cannot whisper?
Yeah.
Can you read lips?
No.
No, you can't. That's it. You and my mother are the worst. But no, actually, you both do this. You both do this where like I'll try to mouth something to either of you.
What?
Which you mouth something to somebody because you're trying not to get attention.
Yeah, but that's the funny part.
It's not.
I'm like, you've made a mistake in assuming that I can read your lips, even though we've been together for 7 years. Yeah, so now I'm gonna put you in.
Yeah, and you're like a social group, and you're trying to tell them something that you clearly do not want other people to know that you're talking about. Anyway, maybe we should do that episode. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Can women pee with a tampon in?
Yes.
Why?
Because the urethra is not in the vaginal canal.
What? Yeah, it's 2 different holes. Nice job.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how many people don't know that.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have to change after? Like, do you have to change after you pee or no?
I mean, it probably doesn't hurt, but I don't think it's required.
Good. Yeah.
I think like the only part that would like maybe get affected is like the string that hangs below. It's like if you peed on the string, like it might be a little gross.
Okay, some people, this is like I think a preference thing. Some people like hold the string out of the way, and some people don't.
That's crazy. That's way too much going on.
Do you think that if you had a vagina, would you hold the string or no, or would you just pee on it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never thought about that in my life.
I'm asking you to think about it now.
I think knowing me, I'd probably just pee on it.
Oh, I just pee on it. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah,
and then you just use like a thing of tissue to
Gross.
Get it later. Anyway, okay. Are you ovulating when you are on your period?
No, because ovulating is when you drop an egg, and the period is like ovulating is when you drop an egg like into your uterus to be fertilized. And when your period is like when the egg is no longer suitable to be fertilized, so you have to get rid of it. Throw it in the trash.
Oh my god! I'm so scared that this episode's not gonna be fun because you're gonna get everything right. Please.
Do you want me to start doing
that was so specific. That was really good.
You looked at me like so afraid, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I can't believe I got that one wrong." And I was like, "I'm just gonna go for it."
No. You got it. Wow. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay. I don't think you're gonna get this one right.
Okay.
Mainly because I had to look it up.
Okay.
How long can sperm live inside the female reproductive tract?
Oh, it's not. I don't know if it's long because it's acidic, and the sperm dies in acid.
Okay.
Is it like less than an hour?
No.
Is it 3 days?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
It's 5 days.
Oh shit.
It is
5 days?
It can live up to 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Like up to.
Yeah.
So, but okay, some follow-up questions. So the vagina is acidic. It is not, it is a hostile environment for sperm. What makes it so it is not hostile and that a sperm can live in order to get to the egg? What is that? Like, yeah.
I don't know if I understand the question.
What
makes it, or what is it called?
Like, what makes it a non-hostile environment? Like, it, something has to happen or something has to make it so that it can actually get through.
I don't know.
It's actually like the lubrication. Like,
that's what I was gonna guess.
Lines the walls, whatever. And I think semen as well as a protective layer to shoot her up there. Anyway, what part of the body does a mammogram examine? A mammogram?
Mm-hmm. Your breast.
Good. Did you know that they like squish your breast?
Yeah, it's really painful.
Yeah. Well, I guess I wouldn't know. I've never had one.
I've heard they're very painful.
Also,
I've never had one either.
Right. Do you know like what kind of examination it is? Because I didn't. It's an x-ray.
Yeah, but they have to like squish your boobs around.
Yeah, they like take two things and like squish your boobs because they have to like flatten out the tissue.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What happens if you can't get a mammogram? Because I'm 97% sure I cannot have, like, I don't think I have enough to squish between two things.
I don't know. It's a great question for
my doctor.
An x-ray tech.
Yeah. Okay. How long can a tampon stay in for?
I think it depends on like your flow, but I would say like no more than 6 to 8 hours.
Okay. Why would okay, like depending on your flow, like, or else it'll leak through.
Well, no, if you have like a slower flow, you could probably leave it in for closer to 8 hours. But if you have a heavy flow, it's probably like 4 hours.
Gotcha. Okay, you're thinking in terms of flow. Like, I'm kind of thinking in terms of medical safety, but like also very valid. So it is 4 to 8 hours. So I think you're totally within that range.
Yeah, I said all those numbers. I said 4, 6, or 8.
I thought you said only 6 to 8.
I started with 6 to 8, but I was
gotcha.
like, if you have really heavy flow, you probably need to change out to 4.
Got it. Wow, really nice job. Do you know what it's called when, like somebody leaves it in too long and do you know what they get?
I thought it was septic shock, but apparently that's not right.
No, not septic shock. TSS. If I had to give you TSS, do you know what it's called?
It's shock syndrome.
Nice.
Don't know. T.
Toxic shock.
I knew it too.
Yeah, I know you knew it too. Yeah. It's all good. Good job.
I got shock right.
You did get shock right. Yeah. All right. What does PMS stand for?
Oh. I had a really bad thought, but that's not premarital sex.
Wait, I never thought about that correlation. Nice. Okay, no, that's not that one.
I'm assuming it's premenstrual something.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. Premenstrual.
I would say like premenstrual cycle, but that's not S.
Yeah, no.
Premenstrual settings. Return to factory settings, please. Syndrome? Yes.
Syndrome. Although I will forever be calling it premenstrual settings. I've been set to
syndrome is such a harsh word for something that happens once a month.
Yeah, no, that is a very good point.
Yeah.
I'm screaming premenstrual setting. I've been set to premenstrual settings. I'm sorry. I don't know how to reset.
When you're in a bad mood, when you're that, like, my settings are set to premenstrual. Please leave me alone.
Oh god. Okay. How many tampons or pads does an average woman go through in a day during her period? Like, and we're talking probably like, mid flow, not like light or like ending. Just an average woman, average period.
A day?
Yeah.
We go with 5.
Wow. Okay, 3 to 6. You were right in the middle.
That one was sort of an easy one because we just did how often you need to change it. So I just did the mental math and did +1.
No, there you go. That's a good. I think that
Factor of safety of 1, please.
I was figuring that you would do math on that one, so that was good. How many? Do you know how many I use usually?
Like 1 a day.
Yeah, 1.
Okay.
I have little to none.
Nasty.
I'm gonna go to my toxic shock settings.
Everything is settings.
Everything in settings. Okay. So this is. I want you to think about how this question is worded. I can help if needed. On average, how long is the monthly cycle? So, period to period. How long?
I'm gonna go with 28 days.
Right on the money.
Really?
Yes. You don't have sisters. Nothing.
I do have a mom,
You do have a mom.
but I don't think she really taught me anything.
Yeah.
No, hold on, Mom. I'm so sorry. She did not teach me anything in this regard. She taught me a lot of things. Kathy, I'm so sorry.
I don't think she taught me anything. Hold on. Wait, so how do you know this?
Okay, really? This is gonna sound much worse.
Okay.
Now that I'm saying it. The moon cycle is on a 28-day calendar, and I was like, that seems like something that would.
No, you know, it's funny that you say that because some women are like cycle syncing with the moon.
Yeah.
And they will purposefully.
Very witchy of them.
It's very witchy. I think it's sick as hell.
Yeah. No, but that's true. I was like, the moon's on a 28-day cycle. Women.
Do you think that's actually correlated?
No, probably not.
Really?
No.
I'd like to think it
But
is.
I do attribute women to the moon, so I'm like, same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that we have witch powers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Sokka's girlfriend got turned into the moon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Whoa. Yeah, I feel like you really dropped a bomb there.
Yeah. Well, we only watch it like once a month. So
well, yeah, but
you'll
somebody
probably
else,
forget.
Yeah.
If they haven't watched Avatar by now, that's their own fault.
Well, they have the.
That would be the equivalent of like Snape kills Dumbledore.
You are just annihilating things, but yes, I do agree. Like most people, like know all of that. And the new Airbender like live action comes out or whatever. So
yeah,
is that a movie or a series?
No,
not really sure. Anyway, we're almost done. All right, this one I will be so impressed. So impressed. Can you name? Well, first of all, how many stages in a menstrual cycle? Stages, phases, whatever you want to call it.
If it's the same number of phases of the moon, then I'm gonna start believing that they're correlated. I'm gonna go with the 4.
It is 4. It is 4. Can you name them?
Ovulation.
Nice. You don't have to do them in order.
Well, that's helping me.
Okay.
Premenstrual. I don't know the last 2, to be honest. I mean, I could probably make something up to be funny.
You've got 1 right.
Oh, it's not PMS?
No. Like premenstrual is not a cycle. It's phase.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay.
Like, what do you mean? That's just not what it's called. Because premenstrual also, like, that's just before your period. That could be the other 3.
Oh.
I think you
So I thought it was like, okay, you ovulated, then like you were angry, and then you had your period, and then you had like your post period.
No. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear?
Sure.
It's menstruation. It's menstrual, whatever.
Yeah.
Follicular.
Couldn't have gotten that if you paid me.
Ovulation.
Okay.
And luteal.
Wow, those are some names.
Yeah. Follicular, I actually was reading more about it. Follicular is like when the egg is being formed on the follicles, and then ovulation is when it drops from the uterus through from the ovaries through the fallopian tubes to the uterus.
What's the potion in Harry Potter that's like good luck? It's like Felix.
Liquid luck?
No. I mean, yes, it is, but it has an actual Felix something or another.
What is Harry Potter liquid luck? Oh my god, I cannot type today. Called cocktail. Felix Felicis.
Yeah, that's what you said to me. Follicular.
Felix.
Yep. Liquid luck, Harry Potter. And then Luna Lovegood is your last cycle.
Yeah.
That's what I paid.
It's menstruation.
Yeah.
Felix Felicus, ovulation, and Luna Lovegood.
Yeah.
Amazing. Perfection.
New names
New
dropping now.
What are the different sizes of tampons for?
Like your flow, right?
Good. Yeah.
It's not like the size of
No,
your hoo-ha.
that is your hoo-ha. That is what a lot of men answer, like different. It is really nice.
Could you imagine? Like it's like a socket. Like I need a 10mm socket. I need a 10mm like tampon.
You would compare it to tools.
Yeah, it was the easiest thing to compare it to.
Yeah, no, for sure. Why do women have a period? What is a period?
I feel like this is like a trick question.
It's not a trick question at all.
It's so an egg can be fertile. Like the whole cycle is like you make an egg, you put the egg in your uterus, you wait there, you see if it gets fertilized. If it doesn't, you get rid of it.
Okay.
And then you start the whole cycle over again.
Yeah. Why do you bleed? What is that blood?
It's like the shedding of the uterine wall.
Great. That is exactly right.
Yeah.
That's all right. That was really good.
Yeah. And I know shedding is like the actual like correct term.
Yes,
for that too.
shedding the lining. That was that is the keywords for this question. That was really, really good. All right. This one is gonna be so easy. I'm so sorry, but we are leaving on such an easy one for the pro. How many ovaries do women have in their lifetime?
How many ovaries do they have? Ovaries are like where the egg gets created. So it's not like you're making new ones. I think you have however many you have. I'm gonna go with 2.
It is 2. I was really hoping you'd choke up there. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say 2 or 4.
I was rooting for your downfall.
Yeah, I know. I could see it in your eyeballs.
Yeah.
I was gonna go 2 or 4.
Yeah.
Because I was like 2 because they're attached directly to the fallopian tubes, and I was like,
I should have brought out a fucking diagram and had you label it.
I probably could have done that.
You probably could have done that. Oh, I've got one that I had to look up and I like didn't properly know. Like I knew, but I really had to figure it out. Well, keep going with what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like why have 2 fallopian tubes and only 2 ovaries? Like put an extra one on there.
Yeah. No, you did use solid logic.
Yeah, if I was making the female reproductive system, probably would have gone with 4 ovaries, 2 fallopian tubes. You're done. And like then all the other parts.
Why would you have gone with 4 ovaries?
Because like it's just like a single path failure.
Engineering this?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Can you explain single path failure?
Like, I'm assuming like, okay, 1 month an egg comes from your right ovary, and then the next month like it comes from your left.
That's ovary. A fascinating thing I do not know.
I don't know either. I'm just assuming that's how it works.
Okay.
Because like, why would you have 2?
Both. I don't know. Actually,
you only have 1 egg.
We'll have to figure that
out. Except for like if you like somehow have twins.
Yeah.
Well, that's only sometimes too.
Wait, yeah, no, that's actually I need to look.
Is that the difference between fraternal and paternal?
It's a sac thing, not paternal. Fraternal or
identical.
Identical
is identical twins is 1 egg and 2 sperm, but the twins that don't look alike, paternal.
No, fraternal is twins, do not look alike.
Yeah, fraternal twins are 2 eggs fertilized by 2 separate sperm.
Fascinating.
I think. Could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, so I would just add an extra 1 in there.
Just for
reasons.
Yeah. All right, last one.
Okay.
Unless I think of more. What is the cervix for? What does it do? Yeah. This one was a toughie for me. In order to like describe it. But... Or even if you can think of the diagram, if you can put them in like order of where it is, that would be helpful too.
Well, isn't it between your like it's the first thing once you leave your uterus? but before like the vaginal canal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what they call the birth canal. I think that's like the main, like, for lack of a better term, trash chute for ye old baby.
Trash chute. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, no, keep going.
But I think it's to help push out babies, right? Isn't it like a very muscular area? That's like where your contractions come from.
I cannot believe that. Yes, no, all of that's right. The cervix,
Even the trash chute.
yes, in fact, on Google it says right here, the cervix is the trash chute of the reproductive system.
Yeah,
that is what that is. I would love for you to like.
I should write a female anatomy book.
No, you should. We should get you a diagram and have you like describe things, but describe them as you would describe them. But how would you describe the ovaries?
I don't know.
Like
the egg laying center. I don't know.
The egg laying center.
It's gotta come off the off the top.
Yeah, no,
off the top.
off the
fuck.
Off the cuff.
Off the helicopter.
Off the helicopter. The cervix connects the main body of the uterus to the vagina. Parentheses, birth canal. I did not know the cervix like that correlated the same thing. Like I knew it was like I thought of it as a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. My OB said I had a very healthy cervix last time I saw her.
Nice.
The
baby has to answer these riddles 3 before he can leave.
You did?
How many? I think I only missed 1, right? No, 2. I missed the 4 names and
the 4 names
shock syndrome
and toxic shock syndrome. Yeah. But the 4 names, honestly, the real question was how many were there. So you got 4.
Okay.
I just bonus, and then the toxic shock syndrome was also a bonus question. So in theory, you got all of them right. All of them right.
Even the tough one that was thrown in at the end about the cervix.
About the cervix, yes. Trash chute. I'm so proud. Are you surprised?
I'm well learned.
You are well learned. Are you surprised?
Is that a word?
No.
I think that.
Wait.
I think that's how you say that, but it feels wrong every time. I feel like I'm less learned every time I tell people I'm learned.
So you just looked it up and
yeah,
you are correct.
Yeah, it's like a different pronunciation. It's well learned or well learned. Like either one doesn't accept.
I say well learned though. I feel like that's like.
Yeah, that feels weird. More weird than learned.
No, for sure. I feel
like I feel like you don't say I'm well learned. Mm-hmm. You say you're well learned. I'm well learned. You feel like right?
I'm well learned.
Learned, yeah.
You're well learned.
Yeah.
No, I hate all of it.
Yeah. Damn you, English.
I hate it all. This, I'm sure people are like screaming at the podcast because whenever there's a podcast and they can't think of a word, they're like, "Oh, what is the word?" And I know it, or they can't think of an answer, or they just say something wrong.
Yeah.
I get irrationally upset. Like I'm like screaming at my car, like as I listen in the car. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Schooling everybody.
Yep.
You did a phenomenal.
Come to me with all your women anatomy needs.
Yeah.
If you would like me to write a book using Joseph's terminology for anything and everything, please let me know.
And the name of that would be Exploring the Trash Chute.
I'm not gonna call it that. That has a whole different meaning, I think.
Wait, is that gross?
I mean, I feel like that could be like double entendre.
What's a double entendre?
Like when you like
this is turning into a dictionary episode.
I don't like I want to get in her buns would be a double entendre for like I want to have sex with that person.
I thought that's just a phrase.
I mean, yeah.
Spell entendre right now.
It's like EN''TRANDE or something.
That is wholly incorrect.
Yeah, okay, look, I know the female anatomy, I don't know how to spell shit.
Yeah. A word or phrase that is open to 2 interpretations, one which is usually risque or indecent. Solid.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what?
Why don't you just shut up?
Why don't you just
This is my podcast now. Learning with Joseph.
Also, I feel like we need to let everybody know that that is a phrase we say. You're not actually telling me to shut up.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause that I feel like shut up is so aggressive. No, why don't you just shut up? Is you have to say, why don't you just shut up?
Yeah, her
And-
grandfather says it to
Yeah, and it's like a
Nanny.
joke. It's not a real thing.
Well, she tells me to shut up, but
I don't.
abusive.
Oh my god. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Anything you'd like to say to your fans?
Nope.
All right. Love that. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. The podcast.
Capital D.
Oh God. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share with a friend. If you're on YouTube, please comment down below. If you enjoyed the podcast, and we'd love if you shared it onto your stories. Text it to your friends, just share it with your whole group, all the things. Please leave us a rating and review as well, because that is super, super nice. Yes, the rebrand is happening and the rebrand is coming. If you have questions about it, go ahead and DM, and I'm happy we can chit chat about it. I won't like to giving things away.
When's the name? Do we have a release date?
We don't have a release date because there's some things that I'm waiting on as far as the new podcast art, and everything. So anyway, guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.